What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and one of my favorite meme stocks, AMC, has been on a tear lately, and we're going to talk about that today. AMC just happens to be the single largest holding in my brokerage account. That wasn't by design. It's just AMC has had one heck of a run, and I'm not selling. So it's done really well. My average cost basis is around $21. Now, those are based on some options that I exercised, as well as some shares I dollar cost averaged on the way down with this recent pullback that it's had. But there's something I want to talk about today because it looks like we may be forming a nice little pattern, and I want to talk about that right now. So let's shrink me and pause here. And there is my beautiful AMC chart. And do you see what I'm seeing right now? Maybe not, but let me put a few little lines in here, and then you tell me if you're seeing what I'm seeing. No, do you see it yet? What if I put another one down here? Do you see it yet? No? Okay. Let's draw it a little bit differently. What I am seeing here is your basic cup and handle. Anybody else seeing that? Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a cup and handle with a lid around $43, $40, a bottom around 30. And if you're new to technical analysis, let me help you out with that. Cup and handle generally means that is coming. Big fat uptrend. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I know some people don't really believe in technical analysis, and I'm not a master chartist by any means. There are some people that are a lot better than me. But technical analysis is really, this is a visual representation of human behavior, all right? And there are definite patterns in human psychology that repeat themselves over and over again throughout history. And a cup and handle is one of those such patterns. And it generally means a continuation of an uptrend, which I guess you could say a continuation of the uptrend going all the way back to May. Now, typically with a cup and handle pattern, once it completes, which it looks like it is just completing today, when a cup and handle pattern completes, it suggests an upside that is equivalent to the size of the dip. In this case, we had a dip from around $43, $44 all the way down to 30. So that cup and handle pattern is telling me we've got something like $13 or $14 in potential upside here, which would put us somewhere around $54 to $56. And if we put a line around that range, there's about 54, and we'll go up as high as 56 with this one. Where's 56? We'll put it right. That's 58, right about there. All right. And if you look, this cup and handle pattern is telling us that we're going to end up somewhere right around this previous support that we had back in July. And another trend in technical analysis is prior support tends to become resistance once you've broken down below it. And we certainly broke down below that $54 roughly level of support back in July. But this cup and handle pattern is showing us that we've got about $13 to $15 worth of upside here. And that's going to put us somewhere in the mid 50s, which is where that prior level of support was. And that's that's going to be our new level of resistance. And so I wanted to point this out because it looks like we're going to complete this pattern today. We need to close, right around where we're at right now. It'd be nice to see a close in the 45s. But a cup and handle is a pretty prominent pattern. And another good way to indicate a cup and handle pattern is when you have a reduction in volume right around the bottom of the cup. And if you look down here, here's our volume indicator. And sure enough, the volume almost disappeared right here around the bottom of this pattern. And then it came back right around the lid. So this is a textbook cup and handle pattern showing right now. So another thing I like to look at is the open interest in the options, which AMC, it's vitally important that you look at the open interest in the options because people trade options in AMC like crazy. I mean, the apes do not mess around when it comes to AMC options. If you think I'm kidding, this is just the weeklies, all right? These are options that expire in 4 days. And if we scroll down here, look at the open interest. We've got 12,800 contracts in open interest at a $50 strike. I mean, that's $6 upside from where we're at right now on a $44 stock. I mean, that's implying a 15% move in 4 days, which AMC has made moves, much bigger moves than that in the past. But the reason I draw attention to that is because each one of those options represents 100 shares. And if those options were to suddenly go in the money, that would be 1.2 million shares of AMC that the market makers would go into the open market and buy in order to hedge their position. Once those options go in the money, the shares get purchased. So if we were to break above that $50 level at some point this week, there's 1.2 million shares worth of AMC that are going to get bought up, and that would bring us up a couple more bucks right into that range. So we could conceivably see this mid-50s this week. Now, I know that's a pretty wild move here, but look at $45. There was 40,000 options traded today at $45. I mean, there is a lot of open interest. And this is just the weeklies, okay? Let's forget about the weeklies for a minute, and let's look at the monthly options, where there tends to be a lot more trading. Let's look at these important. Look at this, 19,000 options at $45. Those options go in the money by more than a couple of cents. If they go a dollar or two in the money, there's 1.9 million shares that the market makers are going to go out onto the open market and purchase. That's called a gamma squeeze when that happens. When you have so many options that suddenly come in the money that it triggers the market makers to hedge and buy those shares, it drives more options in the money, which drives more hedging and more purchasing of the shares. That's a gamma squeeze. That's what we had back in May and June. We had a FOMO rally, which resulted in a gamma squeeze. We never had the short squeeze. The shorts never covered in AMC. That's important. AMC, GME, all of these meme stocks with these big shorts, the underlying story has not changed really since January. It's important to keep that in mind. But going a little further, I mean, look at the $50 level here. 17,000 open contracts at $50. So if we break above 45, the hedging alone and the gamma from 45 may be enough to propel us right up to that 50 level, where you get another 17,000 contracts. That's another 1.7 million shares that get purchased on the open market. That could be enough to propel us into the mid-50s, you know? And I guess there's something I want to point out here because, man, I cracked up. I had to do a double take when I did this. You scroll down. Look at this bottom line. These apes are nuts. There are 71,800 open contracts at $145 strike. Okay. I guess this is a good time for me to do my butt covering here. I am not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. Do not listen to me. I am nobody special. Do your own research, your own DD, arrive at a decision that's right for you based on your unique situation. These apes are nuts, man. $145 and there's 71,000. Almost 7.2 million shares would have to be bought if those go in the money. There's only 500 million shares in existence, and 80% of those are owned by the apes. So this is not a very liquid stock. You don't just come up with another 7 million shares if this happens. So that's something to keep an eye on. I just throw that out there. Like I said, don't take what I say and run out and buy way outside the money call options in AMC. All right, I'm just a smooth brain ape. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. I think my butt is sufficiently covered there. But I really, looking back at this chart here, I really like the look of this AMC chart, and I think this cup and handle pattern, if it completes, which it looks like it may complete today, but if it completes, I think we're headed back to this mid-50s range from July, and probably trade sideways there a little bit, but I don't know, with all that open interest, all those options that are out there, It might be enough to blow through that line, and if we blow through that resistance in the mid 50s, then we're talking about new highs. Somewhere up in the 60s, possibly even 70s, and we may be looking at another parabolic move in that case. Again, this is an imperfect science. Technical analysis is a useful tool. It's not, fortune telling. It's not right all the time, but that's a pretty pronounced cup and handle that I see there. I could be wrong. Uh, so let me know what you guys think. I mean, are you watching AMC? Because I have been watching this one very closely for a couple of months now. If you've been following me since my Reddit days, I did a video back on Reddit before I started this channel about a guy in Lowe's who was working in the plumbing section when I was replacing the pump in my pool at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the summer. And this guy just started going crazy talking about AMC stock while he was in the picker getting me something off the top shelf. And that's what got me following this stock to begin with. And I went home, I did some research, and I was like, yeah, this guy's onto something. I don't go out and I don't make investments based on what I hear in the plumbing section at Lowe's, don't get me wrong. But I did my follow-up research and my follow-up DD and found out this guy was onto something with the naked shorting and with the gamma squeeze and the FOMO rally that was going on. And I've been watching it ever since. And, like I said, I got a cost basis around $21 in AMC right now. So I've had a couple of really rough trades this year that haven't gone very well. Most of my silver miner trades, I just got my clock cleaned on it. But if it was thanks to AMC, I'm still in the black for the year. And I think AMC has got a lot of upside left. Like I said, it's my biggest holding. I'm not selling anytime soon. They're not getting my shares back for $50 or $60. I believe this one can really, really run from here. Anyways, that's just my take, guys. I'm nobody special. I'm no financial expert. Let me know what you guys think of AMC. Is this just bandwagon? Am I just jumping on, following the herd here, or am I on to something? I'm curious to see your take. Is there something I'm missing? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Guys, I want to thank you for your time, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. It would really help me out. I'd be forever in your debt. In the meantime, live small and dream big.